Hello again, and we are finally, if you've followed all of these films, we're finally into Act Four. I reckon we've probably got two more films to do. So, thank you if you've been following the whole series. We're branching out today. We're wearing a jumper, so I know those of you who've been following the fashion tips so far will be excited to see that, and I hope you enjoy. Act Four, Scene One, before Olivia's house. Finally, things are starting very slowly to unravel now. We have mistaken identity here. Um, Confusions are getting worse. Even Festi, although there's a hint that Festi maybe knows what's going on, but even Festi is getting confused here. Will you make me believe that I'm not sent for you? He says to Sebastian. Of course, he thinks he's talking to Cesario. Um, Go to, thou art a foolish fellow, let me be clear of thee. Well held out in faith. No, I don't know you, nor am I sent to you by my lady to bid you come speak with her, nor your name is not Master Cesario, nor this is not my nose neither. Nothing that is so is so. Appearance and reality. Okay, can I really believe the evidence of my eyes? Again, surface. What's on the surface? Nothing that is so is so. Can we trust things? Can we trust people? Can we trust appearance? Can we trust words? These are the themes we've been following throughout. I prithee, vent thy folly somewhere else, thou know'st not me. Vent my folly. Remember that Festi thinks this is a servant. So he's coming out. This servant is coming out with some pretty pretentious terms here. Vent my folly. He's heard that word of some great man. Back to a discussion of words, and now applies it to a fool. Vent my folly. I'm afraid this great lubber, old lout, the world will prove a cockney. What's a cockney? A chicken's egg. Officially, a cockney is a chicken's egg. Effeminate. Rather ironic, of course, when we think that Festi, is talking to Cesario, and Cesario is slightly feminine looking. So I prithee now, ungird thy strangeness, and tell me what I shall vent to my lady. Shall I vent to her that thou art coming? Vent, give a wind to. Is there a suggestion of defecation of it's a long word, but it means doing a poo. Ungird thy strangeness. Take your strangeness off. Can we just have some honesty? Can we have some reality? That's not something you really get much in this play. No, says Sebastian, I prithee, foolish Greek. Another word for a fool or idiot, I'm afraid, but racist. Depart from me. There's money for thee. If you tarry longer, I shall give worse payment. Of course, money for Festi means, okay, I'll do whatever I'm told. Oh, lovely, says Festi, by my troth thou hast an open hand. These wise men that gives fools money get themselves a good report after 14 years' purchase. So gaining a high price, the longer you wait, you get a higher price. So I might give you a good report in the future. Now, very quickly, we're going to get complete confusion. As Sir Andrew, remember last time we saw Sir Andrew, he was being goaded to go and cuff him soundly, to go and find Cesario, and who is clearly a coward, remember, and give him what for, and swear horribly. So in comes Sir Andrew, straight up to the wrong man. And now, sir, have I met you again? There's for you. And he strikes him in some way. Again, it's a little comment that he uses you, which is formal, whereas Sebastian responds with thee. But perhaps slaps him around the face, perhaps a glove, does something anyway to ensure that he feels challenged. But it's the wrong man to challenge. Well, says Sebastian, why? Striking him back. There's for thee. And there are all the people mad. Well, madness is another one of our themes. Toby realises that something's gone very wrong. Hold, sir, I'll throw your dagger over the house. Not sure he's pulled his dagger out, but, maybe he has. Oh, says Festy, little telltale. This will I tell my lady straight. I will not be in some of your coats for twopence. Come, sir, hold. Oh, no, let him alone. I'll go another way to work with him. I'll have an action of battery against him. If there be any law in Illyria, though I struck him first, no matter for that, okay, so I will disregard the law, or, of course, he's completely confused about the law. Let go thy hand, says Sebastian to Sir Toby. Come, sir, I will not let you go. Come, my young soldier, put up your iron. You are well-fleshed, come on. You're well-fleshed, you've had enough fighting, you've had enough attempt at getting flesh. Well-fleshed, I think also, he's holding his arm. Does he feel that, this Cesario suddenly has developed muscles? I like to think it's possibly that. And so I've written that down there. No, says Sebastian, I will be free from thee. And breaks Sir Toby's hold. Pulls out his sword then, so the stuff about dagger and iron before, not a bit confusing, but this it says, he pulls out his sword. What wouldst thou now, if thou darest tempt me further, draw thy sword. Right, come on then, you want to fight? I'm ready for you. What? Then I must have an ounce or two of this malapert blood from you, impudent blood from you. And out comes his sword, and so there they are, ready to have a sword fight, and Olivia, having been fetched by Festy, comes running from the house to stop her darling new love, it's Cesario, to stop her getting hurt. To stop him, getting hurt. Hold, Toby, on thy life I charge thee, hold! Oh, madam. I don't think there's a question. I think it's a sort of, it is an exclamation. Oh, no, really? Do you have to stop my fun? Will it be ever thus? Ungracious wretch! Fit for the mountains and the barbarous caves, you're nothing but a primitive. You're fighting, you're drinking, you're belching. Oh, my goodness, I'm embarrassed to be related to you. When manners ne'er were preached, out of my sight! Be not offended. Dear Cesario, Rudesby, be gone! Get lost, Toby. Poor boy, Cesario. Oh, don't be offended. Sebastian thinking to himself, what on earth is going on? A beautiful woman, we know she's beautiful, we've been told that earlier in the play, a beautiful woman has come running out of the house and has saved him, and seems to be talking to him in some very affectionate terms. I mean, I prithee, gentle friend, which can mean lover, let thy fair wisdom, not thy passion, is that word again, passion sway in this uncivil and unjust extent against thy peace. Again, civility, seen that theme before as well. Go with me to my house, and hear thou there how many fruitless pranks this ruffian hath botched up, that thou thereby may smile at this. Thou shalt not choose but go. Do not deny. Beshrew his soul for me, he started one poor heart of mine in thee. My heart is in your breast. And possibly started like a deer, jumped, frightened, and my heart was jumping. Another sort of hunting reference there. My heart is yours. My heart is in your breast. So he surprised me with that behaviour, and he's a ruffian. He botches things up. He deals in fruitless pranks. She's sick to death of Toby. We will see Toby's jokes go too far. Sebastian, this is going to get a laugh. Looking at the audience, what relish is in this? How runs the stream? Let fancy still my sense in Lethe's steep, if it be thus to dream. still let me sleep. Well, beautiful woman just run and thrown herself at me, and told me to come into the house, and given all sorts of beautiful words to him. Well, if that's imagination and it's a dream, then fine, I'll sleep. I'll enjoy this dream while it lasts. Let fancy still my sense in Lethe sleep. The Lethe is the steep. Lethe is the river of forgetfulness. So steep me in it, soak me in that river of forgetfulness. Again, though, don't forget, or am I mad? Or in Shakespeare is either or am I mad? Or I am mad, sorry. Or else this is a dream. Again, we're back to the same ideas of reality and appearance. Notice we've gone to couplets: me, thee, stream, dream, steep, deep, and even the last two shared lines there. Nay, come, I prithee, wouldst thou be ruled by me? Madam, I will. Oh, say so, and so be. At last, she thinks, I've got him. At last he's acknowledged that he'll have me. Wouldst thou be ruled by me? Okay. Oh! I love that. There's an element in that of surprise and joy. It's a funny moment, all caused by, of course, mistaken identity and good old disguise with Cesario. Sorry, I've noted there as well. Remember that still means always. In Shakespeare, still let me sleep, always let me sleep forever. Very short scene, but lots of movement in it. Olivia now has her man. Toby's been told off. Andrew's been told off. That will return to haunt them, I'm afraid. Okay, so we go into, or rather not so much into the house. I always think it's like an outhouse or something. This is, where our darkness in scene 2 increases. Maria comes in, notice she's in charge again, like she was with the letter. With a gown and a beard, to dress Feste up. Oh, do I need to repeat about disguise? To dress Feste up, obviously, as you'll see, the scenes in Malvolio's in pitch darkness, so he actually doesn't need the costume. The costume's for the audience. Feste is going to be a priest. He's going to be Sir Topaz, the priest. Nay, I prithee, put on this gown and this beard. Make him believe thou art Sir Topaz the curate. Do it quickly. I'll call Sir Toby the whilst. Says Feste. More discussion of disguise. More discussion here of hypocrisy. Well, I'll put it on, and I will dissemble myself in't. And I were the first that ever dissembled in such a gown. Little satirical hint at priests dissemble to pretend to be other than they are. Hypocrisy. I'm not tall enough to become the function well, nor lean enough to be thought a good student, because students are poor, therefore thin, lean. But to be said an honest man and a good housekeeper goes as fairly to say a careful man and a great scholar. So an honest man, an honourable man, and a good host is the same as saying a careworn man, a careful man, a careworn man, and a great scholar. So I'm not tall enough, but perhaps I'm not plump enough to look like a priest. Again, another hint at hypocrisy, because I'm rather lean. So maybe I look like a careworn scholar. Anyway, the competitors enter. Here they come, Toby Belch and Maria. Oh, Jove bless thee, Master Parson, playing along with the game. Buenos dias, Toby, for bad Latin I've written there. He is dissembling, he is pretending he's playing a role. We've had that many times as well. For as the old hermit of Prague, we're back to authorities, mock authorities, the authority for what I say. Never saw pen and ink very wittily said to a niece of King Gorboduc, that is. So I, being Master Parson, am Master Parson, for what is that but that, and is, but is. So, you know, mock philosophy, but referring back to nothing that is so is so. Have I written that down? Appearance and reality opposite what he said before. Nothing that is so. But it will become reality by the end. You know, what is that? Nothing that is so. But this is mock. As I say, mock philosophy, mock authority, and Festi playing a role. Oh, to him, Sir Topaz! What ho, I say! Peace in this prison! And Festi approaches. It can be done on stage in all sorts of ways. One wonders if, in Shakespeare's time with the Globe, they would have had a trapdoor, possibly Malvolio down the trapdoor, maybe sort of reaching out with his hands or putting his head up through the hole. Seen it done, you know, behind bars. Seen it done just a tiny spotlight on Malvolio, sort of sat in a darkened stage. But, you know, whatever happens, you've got to say the audience will have sympathy now for Malvolio. As I've said before, the joke's gone too far. Excess, too much excess. That's a tautology, but you know what I mean. He is dishevelled, he is dirty, his yellow stockings are probably rolled down to his ankles, if the audience can see them. He's filthy, he's unkempt, he is a world away from the Malvolio that we saw in Act 1. He's a broken man, and that is not to be laughed at anymore. The laughter's gone. And you know, I think that's Shakespeare's point. Oh, Toby loves it though. The knave counterfeits well. A good knave. Who calls there? Sir Topaz the curate, who comes to visit Malvolio the lunatic. The more you tell the victim of bullying that they are mad, the more they might start to believe it. Okay, remember, he's sat in darkness. He's in isolation. He'll be wondering about trusting his own senses. Oh, Sir Topaz, good Sir Topaz, go to my lady. Out, hyperbolical fiend. Hyperbole, extremity, exaggeration. You're an exaggerated fiend. Go back to hell. Fiend, the devil that possesses him. How vexest thou this man? Talkest thou nothing but of ladies? Well said, Master Parson. Sir Topaz, never was man thus wronged. Good Sir Topaz, do not think I am mad. They have laid me here in hideous darkness. Fie, thou dishonest Satan. Remember, he's imagining that he's talking to the devil within Malvolio, so talking to Satan, and in disrespect for Satan, he uses the word thou. I call thee by the most modest terms, for I am one of those gentle ones that will use the devil himself with courtesy. Sayest thou this house is dark? As hell, Sir Topaz. Why, it hath bay windows, transparent as barricadoes. None of this makes any sense. A window that is as transparent as a barricade, so you can't see through it. So he's deliberately playing with words, again with the possibilities of words, how words can tell truths or not. And the clerestories, that's another word for windows, high windows. Toward the south-north, nowhere, or everywhere, or there is lustrous as ebony. Ebony is a black wood, so lustrous is light. Doesn't make sense. And yet complainest thou of obstruction? I am not mad, Sir Topaz. I say to you, this house is dark. Madman, thou errest. I say there is no darkness, but ignorance, in which thou art more puzzled than the Egyptians in their fog. Nice biblical reference from the priest. You're lost in the fog like the Egyptians in one of the plagues, the plague of darkness. I say this house is as dark as ignorance, though ignorance were as dark as hell. And I say there was never man thus abused. I am no more mad than you are. Make the trial of it in any constant question. Well, what is the opinion of Pythagoras? Interesting, he's using Greek ideas as a priest. Concerning wild fowl. That the soul of our grandam might haply inhabit a bird. What thinkst thou of his opinion? I think nobly of the soul, and no way approve his opinion. Well, fare thee well, remain thou still in darkness. Thou shalt hold the opinion of Pythagoras, ere I will allow of thy wits. Fear to kill a woodcock, lest thou dispossess the soul of thy grandam. Fare thee well. Again, shot logic. It's nonsensical logic, nonsensical philosophy. But notice that he's citing Greek philosophers, which he shouldn't really be doing as a priest. Fear to kill a woodcock. We've had woodcock before. It's a silly bird. So it's just emphasising the silliness of Malvolio. Oh, Sir Topaz, Sir Topaz! And he cries from the darkness for him to come back, but he's gone. And he's gone back to Toby. Oh, my most exquisite Sir Topaz. Toby approves of this. Nay, I am for all waters, says the clown. I'll play any role you like. Thou mightst have done this without thy beard and gown. He sees thee not, says Maria. To him in thy own voice. Bring me word how thou find'st him. Now, I've written there, the joke isn't funny anymore. Look at what Toby says. I would we were well rid of this knavery. Even he's had enough. He knows it's gone too far. If he may be conveniently delivered, I would he were, for I am now so far in offence with my niece that I cannot pursue with any safety this sport to the upshot. Sport, game, it's rather lost its fun. The upshot is the final shot. I can't push it to the real conclusion that I wanted. And notice he is in offence with his niece. Olivia is very, very cross with him, as we've just seen. Okay, so he can't annoy her anymore. And then possibly to Maria, possibly to Festi. More fun if it's to Maria. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Come by and by to my chamber. Little possible love talk to Maria. So Festi goes back because he's been told, you can let him out now. You can give him release in some way or help him with what he wants. And he goes back as the fool. And what does the fool do? Obviously, the fool sings. He's just passing by. Love the way he doesn't hear Malvolio at first. So it's, the hey, Robin, jolly Robin, tell me how thy lady does. Fool! My lady is unkind, Paddy. Nice little reference, possibly, to Olivia. Paddy, by God, Padieu. And fool, alas, why is she so? Fool, I say! She loves another. Who calls? Huh? Mock. Oh my goodness, someone's calling me. Oh, I hadn't realised. Malvolio is still being duped by Festi. Put here question and answer dialogue again. Alas, why is she so? She loves another. Question and answer. Two voices. So there's two voices a lot in this play, and indeed Festi in a moment is going to talk to himself as two characters, mixing the bewilderment of the scene even more. So who calls? Huh? I mean, yes, she loves another. Olivia loves another. Indeed, she does. Good fool, as ever thou wilt deserve well at my hand, help me to a candle and pen, ink and paper. As I am a gentleman, I will live to be thankful to thee for it. Master Malvolio? Ay, good fool. Oh, alas, sir, how fell you beside your 5 wits? Fool, there was never man so notoriously abused. I am as well in my wits, fool, as thou art. Now, he said that to Sir Topaz, but Sir Topaz couldn't answer that one. But the fool can, okay? Oh, but as well, then you're mad indeed if you be no better in your wits than a fool. Remember, Malvolio has attacked fools. Malvolio has attacked Festi. So, Festi's going to still be feeling bitter about that. And we know that from the end of the play. Oh, they have here propertied me. made me their property, kept me in darkness, sent ministers to me, asses. Is he saying the minister's an ass, or is he saying that those who sent the minister are asses? Debatable. They do all they can to face me out of my wits. Advise you what you say. The minister is here.
Malvolio, Malvolio, thy wits the heavens restore, endeavour thyself to sleep, and leave thy vain bibble-babble.
Sir Topaz?
Maintain no words with him, good fellow.
Who, I, sir? Not I, sir. God be with you, good Sir Topaz.
Marry, amen.
I will, sir, I will. Okay, so marry we've had before, but by Mary, apologise for the mistake there. Topaz treating Festi with some respect, good fellow. But remember, this is Festi playing two roles now, and lying through his teeth for both of them. Again, how can we tell what's real? Fool, I say. Alas, sir. Be patient. What say you, sir? I'm shent for speaking to you. Shent, I'm being told off by the priest. Good fool. Help me to some light and some paper. I tell thee, I'm as well in my wits as any man in Illyria. Well a day that you were, sir. I wish you were. Alas the day. Ink, paper, pen. He wants to write a letter. Letters. Again. I will help you to it. Sorry, no. By this hand I am. Good fool, some ink, paper, and light, and convey what I will set down to my lady. It shall advantage you more than ever the bearing of letter did. I will help you to it. But tell me true, are you not mad indeed, or do you but counterfeit? Believe me, I am not. I tell thee true. Nay. This is quite nasty, isn't it? Nay, I'll ne'er believe a madman till I see his brains. I'll fetch you light and paper and ink. Malvolio is caught here. Are you mad, or do you counterfeit? Are you a liar, or are you a madman? Either way, he's coming out of this quite badly. Anyway, Malvolio's got what he wants. Fool, I'll requite it in the highest degree. I prithee, be gone. I am gone, sir, and anon, sir, I'll be with you again. Making a tune up, trolley-lolly-la, off goes the fool. But off goes the fool with words again that fit with Malvolio. I'll be with in a trice, like to the old vice, your need to sustain. Malvolio's needs, who with dagger of lath, in his rage and his wrath, cries aha to the devil, as Malvolio does, like a mad lad. Pare thy nails, dad, adieu, good man devil. Malvolio, good man devil, leaves the scene with a song, a bright song that still maintains the accusation that you're possessed. Cruel indeed. But we're moving fast. We're moving fast through Act 4, and we move to a lovely, lovely speech. A really short scene, but a beautiful speech. And look how it fits with all our themes here, with the theme of appearance of reality, with the theme of madness or madness or truth. He starts, by sort of going, generally, there's the air. Specifically, here is a jewel in my hand that she gave me. Of course, as well, where's Antonio? He asks. And finally, he notes Olivia's power. Those are the comments I've made here. But let's just read it if you don't mind, and bear with me. This is the air. That is the glorious sun. This pearl she gave me. I do feel it and see it. And though 'tis wonder that enwraps me thus, yet 'tis not madness. But where's Antonio then? I could not find him at the Elephant. Yet there he was, and there I found this credit that he did range the town to seek me out, his counsel now might do me golden service. For though my soul disputes well with my sense that this may be some error, but no madness, yet doth this accident and flood of fortune so far exceed all instance, all discourse, that I am ready to distrust mine eyes and wrangle with my reason that persuades me to any other trust but that I am mad. Or else the lady's mad. Yet if 'twere so, she could not sway her house, command her followers, take and give back affairs and their dispatch, with such a smooth, discreet, and stable bearing as I perceive she does. There's something in't that is deceivable. Here the lady comes, and she comes with a priest, and she comes in a hurry, because she's got him, and she's not going to let him go. She's going to make sure she's got him properly. She's going to get betrothed to him. This won't be a full marriage. That will come. Not a full wedding, but a betrothal, a sort of formal engagement that will be quite difficult to break. Blame not this haste of mine. If you mean well, now go with me and this holy man into the chantry by. There before him and underneath that consecrated roof, plight me the full assurance of your faith. So, as I say, right there, it's a premarital promise or pledge. They will be betrothed. A chantry by, so her house has a chantry, a chapel, probably a chapel dedicated to the memory of her father and her brother, which is now going to be suddenly transformed into a happy place. How quickly she's moved. Remember, just don't forget, we were told she was going to water her chamber round for 7 years. She was going to be weeping and veiled and in mourning for 7 years, and she wouldn't see another man. Didn't last long, did it? The my most jealous, bit scared, bit worried, wants to keep him. My most jealous and too doubtful soul may live at peace. He, the priest, shall conceal it, whilst you are willing it should come to note, until you're willing. What time we will our celebration keep according to my birth. What do you say? According to my birth, according to my rank, authority, Olivia's in charge, bit of a shock. Sebastian's only known her an hour or so, or less, and he's getting married to her. It's a comedy. We let it go. Okay? So the celebration is a proper wedding. Whilst we're willing, it should come to note what time we will our celebration keep. So we'll keep it silent, we'll keep it quiet, we'll keep it secret, until we can tell everybody about the proper celebration. I'll follow this good man and go with you, and having sworn truth, ever will be true. Then lead the way, good father, and heaven so shine that they may fairly note this act of mine. Is she a bit scared? She a little bit worried that perhaps the heavens are looking down and going, Olivia, that's a bit quick, isn't it? All too fast. Blame not this haste of mine, she said. Up here, blame not this haste of mine. All a bit quick. We've gone to a nice couple of rhyming couplets to finish, and we move into Act 5. One scene, about 400 lines. It's enormous, and it's in the next film. Thanks for watching, and see you for the last one.